Welcome in, everybody. Happy Friday. Hi, Brittany. Hi, Justin. Hi, Mary. Hi, CJ. Hi, Darren. Hi, Joe Tanya. Hi, Country Raven. How you doing, cutie? How you doing? How's your summer been? Hi, Tequila Pepsi. Hi, Glossette. Hi, Possum Queen. Oh, I'm so glad, Derek. Thanks. That makes me really happy. Hi, Pixie. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Julie. Hi, Khaleesi. Happy Friday. Hi, Tina. Hi, Rachie. It's finally the weekend. How was everybody's week? Hi, Scarhead. Hi, Lil Capio. Hi, Lovely. Happy Friday, everybody. I didn't, Glossette. I didn't. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Devin, and this is Porch Lore. And I tell spooky bedtime stories to help you relax your nervous system and fall asleep. And I am here every single night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until about 1 in the morning. If you guys could do me a big favor and hit that share arrow in the bottom right-hand corner, there's a little yellow circle with 2 arrows chasing each other that says repost. And that puts my live into your friends' FYPs. And it helps us grow this beautiful porch of ours. Be right back. Hi, Billy. Hi, Monkey. How's everybody doing? All right, guys, feel free to write your story requests in all capital letters in the chat, and I'll write them down, and then we can vote for the first story. Happy Friday, and welcome to the porch. I was just gonna say, oh my God, did CJ request a story? I love that. Hey, Holly. Scarlett, I see you in the Discord, but write something in the chat. I haven't seen you writing anything in the chat yet. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Friday. Feel free to write your story requests in all capital letters if you have them in the chat. If you're new and you don't know the stories, then just sit back and relax and learn them. You don't have to worry about requesting. And I'll be right back with the first poll. Happy Friday. Welcome to the porch. No, we haven't had any storms today yet, Brittany. Happy birthday to your daughter, Cece. Yes, Jolie, I do. I have one in Washington and one in Oregon. And the one in Washington is called the Deep Woods Anomaly, and the one in Oregon is called the Stillness in the Cedars. Scarlett, it worked. Hi, testing, testing. I see you, cutie. Hey, Crystal. Happy Friday. Michelle, thanks for the singing mushroom. That one's cute. All right, you guys, the first poll is ready. No, CJ. Not in the night show. People are trying to relax. That's only for Witchy Wednesdays. Scarlett, no, it's the same song. What do you mean? Okay, guys, the poll is ready. Hi, Kim. All right, we have the poll, and it is Haint Blue, Deep Woods Anomaly, The Versailles Time Slip, The Bell Witch, and Grandpa's Cabin. You can vote in the top left-hand corner in the blue box, and you can vote up to 50 times, and you can vote for more than one story. If you're not on TikTok, don't worry about voting. Just sit back and relax. Yeah, but Scarlett, it doesn't sound like a completely different song. It's like your favorite song. How can you think it's a different one? It must sound really different on the phone. And again, we have Haint Blue, Deep Woods Anomaly, Versailles Time Slip, The Bell Witch, and Grandpa's Cabin. Who's it gonna be? To vote, you can vote in the top left-hand corner. There's a blue box, and that's how you cast your vote. And if you don't see a blue box, it's over now. But if you didn't see a blue box, then you probably need to update your app. I know, Justin, I'm surprised. But not really, because Versailles Time Slip hasn't been on the poll for a really long time. But I am surprised Haint Blue lost. And the winner is the Versailles Time Slip. I'll be right back with that story. Welcome to the porch. And if you guys could do me a big favor, could you hit that share arrow in the bottom right-hand corner? There is a yellow circle with 2 arrows chasing each other that says repost. And that puts my live into your friends' FYPs. And it helps us grow this beautiful porch of ours. Also sharing to your stories, sharing with your friends, and tapping all helps get the live pushed out to the right people. Good one, CJ. And grab a beanbag chair, grab a hammock, sit back and relax, check out the shooting stars, and welcome to the porch. Happy Friday. I'll be right back with the tale of the Versailles Time Slip. Oh, done with the corn. Thank you guys for all the cozy cryptids. Candace, thanks for the hand hearts. Thank you for the puppy kisses, Santanas. Thank you. All right, guys, be right back. Quick swig. Course, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the porch. Submitted for the approval of the Porch Pal Society. This is the tale of the Versailles time slip. I have always been drawn to history. The kind of stories of people who lived and died long before I was born. But I never imagined I would become part of one of those stories myself. This is the tale of how I was thrust into the heart of one of the most tumultuous periods in human history. The French Revolution. It was a time of opulence and terror, of beauty and bloodshed. And for a brief, horrifying moment, I was there. Now, I have always had a deep, unexplainable connection to France and the French culture. I mean, like a past life kind of connection. Ever since I was a child, the things I was drawn to, art, music, architecture, history, always seemed to trace back to France. As I grew older, that fascination never faded. If anything, it intensified. And by now, some people would even call me a Francophile. So, in my 20s, my boyfriend at the time surprised me for my birthday with a trip to France. We planned to spend one day in Paris before traveling south to Carcassonne, where we would stay with one of my closest friends, Katie, for the rest of the week. I know, Sherry, that's why I wrote this story, actually. That's why I chose that time period. Unfortunately, I ended up with food poisoning on our one and only night in Paris. And the immersive Parisian experience that I'd always dreamed of having never quite happened. Still, Carcassonne was magical. The medieval fortified city felt timeless. And despite everything, it became one of my most incredible trips of my life. But nearly a decade had passed, and my life had changed in ways I never could have predicted. But my desire to return to Paris never left. I still felt immense pull toward that city, toward a place I believed I had lived in another lifetime. So eventually I saved up enough money to take a solo trip. This time, I was determined to fully immerse myself in French history and culture. And that's how I found myself wandering through the Palace of Versailles. I moved slowly through its grand halls, its gilded chambers. I was overwhelmed by the sheer extravagance of it all. The Hall of Mirrors was especially breathtaking. Crystal chandeliers cast rainbows of light across polished floors, and for a moment, I felt suspended between centuries. And that's when I noticed the clock. It sat on a small side table, ornate and delicate, unlike anything I had ever seen. Its face was engraved with roses and fleur-de-lis, every detail impossibly fine. Without thinking, I reached out and I touched it. The moment my fingers brushed the clock, the world seemed to dissolve. The air grew heavy, and a strange electric hum filled my ears. I felt as if I were falling even though my feet never left the ground. And when the world snapped back into focus, I was no longer surrounded by tourists. The air was thick with the scent of perfume and candle wax. Laughter and music echoed through the halls. I was still in Versailles, but not the Versailles I knew. It was 1789. The palace was alive with activity. Nobles in powdered wigs and silk gowns strolled through the corridors, their voices sharp with gossip and intrigue. Servants hurried past carrying trays of food and wine. The opulence was overwhelming. But beneath it all, I felt something darker. A simmering tension, a barely restrained fear. Whispers filled the air. Bread shortages, unrest in Paris, a king and a queen dangerously disconnected from the suffering of their people. I looked down at myself and froze. My modern clothes were gone, and in their place was a pale blue silk gown. My hair was piled high in an elaborate style that I have never learned to create. I had become one of them. Panic surged through me. How long would I be here? How could I survive in a world where I didn't belong? As I stood there struggling to breathe, a man approached me. He was tall and striking, with piercing blue eyes and the confident posture of someone used to command. He wore the uniform of a royal guard, his sword gleaming by his side. He bowed slightly and spoke in a voice calm and polite. I hesitated before responding, and then I nodded, claiming that I had taken a wrong turn and I was lost. He smiled and offered his arm. Oh, thank you, the mushroom's so cute. Explaining that the palace halls could be confusing. As we walked, he introduced himself as Captain Laurent de Montreal, a member of the king's guard. He was charming, kind, and for a moment I almost forgot how dangerous my situation was. And then we passed a window outside the palace gates. Crowds gathered. And these were not nobles. These were ordinary people, peasants, workers. Faces hollow with hunger and fury. They shouted for bread, for justice, for the heads of the king and the queen. Laurent noticed my expression and dismissed them, calling them rebels, stirred up by agitators. He believed that the king would restore order. But I knew better. I knew what was coming. The storming of the Bastille, the reign of terror, the guillotine, and I was trapped in the middle of it. Over the next few days, I tried to blend in. I attended lavish balls and soirees where nobles danced and drank as though the world beyond the palace walls didn't even exist. I even met Marie Antoinette herself, beautiful, charming, and shockingly naive. She spoke of gardens and gowns and children, never of the suffering outside. I wanted to warn her, I wanted to scream, but history could not be changed. The tension in the palace grew heavier with each passing day. Whispers of revolution grew louder, and fear crept into the hearts of the privileged. One night, as I stood on a balcony overlooking the gardens, Laurent found me, and his face was grim. He told me it wasn't safe anymore and that I should leave. I told him the truth, or as much of it as I could, and I told him that I didn't even really belong there. But before he could respond, shouting erupted below. Torches lit the night. The mob was storming the palace gates. The revolution had begun. Chaos exploded through Versailles. Nobles fled in all directions. Their wealth was suddenly meaningless now. I ran with Laurent through twisted corridors as smoke filled the air, and the sound of gunfire echoed through the palace. The mob was everywhere. They dragged nobles from hiding places, and pleas of mercy drowned out by rage and desperation. And I saw Marie Antoinette being led away by an angry mob, her face pale with fear. As Laurent and I tried to escape through a side door, a crowd surrounded us. Laurent drew his sword and stood in front of me, but it was useless. He stepped in front of me, pressing his back against my face to shield me. And I could feel his heart racing. I could feel his fear. And then hands grabbed him. I tried to hold on, but they tore him away. The last thing I saw was Laurent's face, filled with despair, looking back at me as the mob closed in. Then suddenly the hum returned. The world tilted and I was falling again. When I opened my eyes, I was back in the modern palace of Versailles. My hand was still resting on the ornate clock, and tourists passed by me oblivious to what I had just experienced. I never told anyone what happened. How could I? But sometimes, when I close my eyes, I still see their faces. Laurent, Marie Antoinette, the starving mob. People we now remember as larger-than-life figures in history were once just real people. They had real emotions, real fears, and real heartbeats. I still don't know whether what I experienced was some strange daydream brought on by me finally standing in Versailles, or if it was actually real. But either way, I've learned this. Somewhere in time, history is still alive. And the next time you're somewhere of historical importance, be careful what you touch. And that's the tale of the Versailles time slip. I also find it funny how many people mentioned Outlander, because I never even thought of that, because I guess that must be like a lot of people's first exposure like to time slips, because I never even thought of Outlander when I wrote that story. So that must be how a lot of you guys learned about time slips. Because that is a very old concept, but I guess Outlander finally made more people interested in it, which is cool. Hi, Carrie. Welcome in. My Friday was good. How was yours, Mary? Thanks, Archangelo. Thanks, Sarah Beth. Hi, Jamie. Thanks, Maureen. Happy Friday, everybody. Hey, Sam. Sam, I'm so glad you're here. Are you still here? Is Sam still here? Sam reads energy. Are you still here? Is she still here? Okay, good. I'm going to put the Tesla story on the poll. And guys, Sam here, my friend, my beautiful Amazonian goddess friend, Sam, she is not only an energy worker and reader, but she is an expert on the Schumann resonance. And I really want her to hear the Tesla story. So obviously you guys don't have to vote for it, but I'm going to put it on the poll. And she is, if you guys should follow her, she does daily updates on the Schumann, and it will really help you guys realize how much our bodies, our moods, our muscles, our digestion, everything is affected by the vibration of the earth. And she's amazing. Yes, Jamie, she's the one I was telling you about. And she also lives really close to me, so I'm lucky. Because I'm going to get to be real life friends with her too. We're going to go on adventures. But please follow her and check out her daily life. She is literally like, she knows this stuff so casually. It's crazy. Like, I don't think she realizes that she's a genius. Because she acts like it's like just not a big deal to understand like how to read that graph. And like, because I am an energy worker and I am an expert in a lot of things, but that's another level of science that I'm not very good at. I'm not great with graphs. I'm not great with the mathy side of science. And this bitch reads it like, she's like, no big deal. Yeah, see that right there? You might have cramps even if you're not on your period. And I was all fucking week. And I was like, what the hell? What is this? She's amazing. So be sure to follow her. Check her out. She's amazing. Yeah, I'm not, it's just one area I'm not good at mathy type of things like graphs, charts, that once it gets a little more mathy in the science, I'm much more of a soft science gal. Give me anthropology and geology all day. But yes, Sam, you are a genius. And that's coming from another genius. You are phenomenal and brilliant. Yeah, she's right, Brittany. She's brilliant. The girl that's pinned right now, my friend Sam, reads energy, Courtney. She is an expert in the Schumann resonance, and she's just amazing. Plus, she's like a tall goddess with bright red hair. She looks like a supermodel. So if you even don't like this stuff, you might enjoy just seeing how cute she is. Who knows? CJ, you like tall women, don't you? Holla. Okay, guys, I'll be right back with the next poll, which is going to have the Tesla story on it. Also, if you feel free to hit that share arrow in the bottom right-hand corner, there is a little yellow circle with 2 arrows chasing each other that says repost. And that puts my live into your friends' FYPs. And it helps us grow this beautiful porch of ours. I know, Jamie, you do wish you were tall. Sam. And by the way, Jamie is my also my real life friend who comes in here and talks shit, and I love her. And sometimes she almost, I had to make it clear who she was, because she sometimes comes in and trolls me with the things that people that get muted say. And I'm like, Jamie, not all my mods know who you are. So just a reminder, guys, Jamie's one of my real life best friends of 15 years. And I love her so much, and she loves to talk shit in the chat. So welcome her too, because she is a real life bestie and I love her so much. Yeah, she said, I'm a short person with a tall person. That's the truth. This girl, yeah. She's like, what are you, 5'3" or something? And her personality is definitely a tall person. Actually, not really though. Tall girls are feisty as hell. I mean, short girls are feisty as hell. You guys are like little chihuahuas. Try to overcompensate for being short. You're scrappy. Oh, see, Rachel's 5'1". Talia, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the porch. Okay, you guys, the next poll is ready. Okay, here we go. We're voting right now, Sam. You've got this. You can stay awake. We're not that old yet. I'm just kidding. Don't you get up super early? You're a morning person, aren't you? Okay, I heard you mention something the other day about waking up at 7:30 or something. You're like, I never wake up that late. I was like, oh my God, what? God, I wish I was a morning person. All right, you guys ready? We have Tesla's crystals. You mean stay awake, Scarlett, not stay away. Tesla's crystals, Fresno Nightcrawlers, the Librarian, the Bell Witch, and Grandpa's Cabin. You can vote. I know she just comes in to say hi, CJ. She just comes in to say hi because she's a sweetheart. She is definitely. Aren't you a morning person, Sam? I thought you were. Okay, we have Tesla's crystals, the Fresno night crawlers, the librarian, the Bell Witch, and Grandpa's cabin. And Tesla's crystals is a great story. Wink, wink, wink. Yeah, you are indeed. That's what I thought. Yeah. So she just comes in to say hi. She's like past her bedtime already. That's why I was like, let's get the story winning so she can listen to it. Because it's her area of expertise. Oh, yes. And Lovely calls Tesla Hunka Hunka. Because this is also Lovely's favorite story. And Sam, look at the porch pals being so cute. Look at the vote. Do you see the poll, Sam? Sam, do you see the poll? There's not a single vote. There's not a single vote for the other stories. Do you see that, Sam? That's so cute. You guys are so cute. I love you, porch pals. Not a single person voted for another story. Oh, you guys are the best. You're like, what Sam wants, Sam gets. Hi, Skrilla. Thanks for the coral. All right, you guys. So, just for Sam, the winner of the poll is Tesla's crystals. And guess what, you guys? 336 votes for Tesla's crystals and 0 for any other story. So, Sam, the porch pals love you already. 0 votes for anybody else. Yes, I'm assuming so. She is still in here, right? Watch, she dipped. She's like, peace. Lovely just pinned or just tagged her, so I think she's still in here. Yeah, she's here. There she is. Okay, Sam, isn't that so cute? 336 votes for that and none of the others. None. It's not that long of a story, don't worry. Yeah, you guys are so cute. Also 336 votes, just so you guys know, that was my area code in North Carolina. Super random. And this is actually one of my favorite stories. One of the stories I'm most proud of. If you ever go to my YT channel, those of you who have been there will notice that it is actually the one I have pinned on my homepage because it is one I'm very proud of. And it's one that I think more people should know this stuff. So get ready, buckle up, and grab a beanbag chair, grab a hammock, sit back and relax. And welcome to the porch. Happy Friday. My name is Devin, and this is Porch Lore, and I tell spooky bedtime stories to help you relax your nervous system and fall asleep better. And I'm here every single night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until about 1 in the morning. If you guys could do me a big favor while I set up the Tesla story, if you could hit that share arrow in the bottom right-hand corner, there's a little yellow circle with 2 arrows chasing each other that says repost. And that puts my live into your friends' FYPs, and it helps us grow our beautiful porch with cool people and not trolls. Also, thank you for all the tapping, helps us get pushed out, and thank you for using keywords in the chat throughout the night, especially if you want to make them funny sentences. It helps the AI that scans us know who to send us out to, so that we can say whatever we want, and it doesn't categorize us as like poop, ballsack, tent, random shit that we talk about all the time. It sends us out to people who like supernatural, spooky stuff, Are You Afraid of the Dark, Goosebumps, ASMR, that kind of thing. And Viola sent corn. All right, guys, I'll be right back with Tesla. Welcome in, Rich. Yes, we are the vibe. Glad you're here. Welcome to the porch. Submitted for the approval of the Porch Pal Society. This is the tale of Tesla's crystals. Did Nikola Tesla discover a way to pull energy from thin air? Some say yes. And the key to his discovery wasn't in wires, copper coils, or steam. It was in quartz crystals. You heard me right, quartz. The very same mineral used in watches and beloved by crystal healers and rock collectors worldwide. But for Tesla, quartz wasn't just an ordinary rock. He believed it had incredible power, enough to tap into the energy of the earth itself. He thought they could resonate with the natural frequencies of the world around us, and even connect us to something far greater. But was he just chasing a dream of free energy? Or did he stumble upon something far stranger than that? Nikola Tesla, visionary inventor, mad scientist, or perhaps just ahead of his time. Tesla's ideas about electricity, energy, and the universe were unlike anything anyone had ever seen before. His obsession with frequency and vibration led him to discover the potential of harnessing energy in ways that seem impossible even today. Tesla was a man who saw the world in a completely different light. While others saw electrical power and energy as something limited to wires, Tesla saw the universe itself vibrating, pulsing, alive with invisible energy. His obsession wasn't just about creating new technology. It was about tapping into the fundamental forces of nature. And in his quest to unlock the mysteries of the universe, Tesla discovered something that would eventually captivate him: quartz crystals. You might think of quartz crystals as little more than decorative items found in jewelry and used in watches. But for Tesla, these crystals were a key to understanding the very fabric of reality itself. In the summer of 1899, Nikola Tesla packed up his work and he moved to Colorado Springs, leaving the hustle and bustle of New York City behind. But it wasn't for a change of scenery. He wanted to escape the noise, and not the typical noise of the city. He was after something more subtle. You see, Tesla was obsessed with listening. And not just with his ears, but listening with his entire body and mind to the frequencies of the world around him. He believed that everything, every planet, every atom, every single object, even an apple, had a vibrational frequency. And as we all know today, he was right. In Colorado Springs, the quiet isolation of the mountains helped Tesla hear the hum of the earth itself. He set up a massive laboratory complete with a gigantic Tesla coil, a device designed to generate powerful electromagnetic waves. It was here that Tesla believed he could harness the Earth's natural vibrations. With a 200-foot antenna, Tesla began transmitting massive electrical currents into the atmosphere, testing the limits of what he could achieve. But Tesla didn't just send signals, he was detecting signals too. Strange pulses, rhythms, and frequencies from the Earth. He believed that these were not random. They were resonances embedded into the very fabric of the planet. And in his quest to capture the Earth's hidden energies, Tesla used something crucial: quartz crystals. He believed that quartz crystals could help him tune into the natural frequencies of the planet. They could act as resonators, amplifying the energy he was trying to capture. So how did quartz fit into his grand plan? To understand why Tesla believed quartz was so powerful, we need to talk about resonance. Don't worry, we're not going to dive into a physics textbook. Let's keep it simple. Resonance is what happens when one object vibrates at the same natural frequency as another. It's how a singer can shatter a wine glass by hitting the exact pitch that causes the glass to vibrate in sync until it breaks. It's also how radios work. You tune your dial to match the frequency of the station you want, and boom, the signal comes through. Tesla believed everything in nature, yes, everything, had its own frequency. Not just machines, but people, plants, crystals, and even the Earth itself. And here's where quartz comes in. Quartz has a very special property called piezoelectricity. When you apply pressure to a quartz crystal, bend it even slightly, it generates a small electrical charge. And when you apply electricity to it, it vibrates. Not randomly, but at a very precise frequency. And that's why quartz is used in watches, in radios, in computers. Basically anywhere you would need a stable and reliable frequency. But Tesla believed that that was just scratching the surface. Thanks, Viola. Thanks, mic drop. To him, quartz wasn't just a clock component. It was a tuning fork for the Earth. Remember earlier when we talked about Tesla hearing the Earth's frequencies? Well, it turns out he was right. And the Earth really does vibrate. And it's called the Schumann resonance. a low-frequency electromagnetic pulse created in the space between the surface of the Earth and the ionosphere. And it naturally oscillates at around 7.83 hertz. And that number might not mean much to you, but here is the interesting part. That is the exact same frequency range as alpha brainwaves. That's the meditative state your brain goes into when you're calm, relaxed, or deeply focused. Tesla believed that by using quartz, he could resonate with that frequency. And if he could match it, maybe he could extract energy from it. His idea was quite simple but revolutionary. If you could tune your equipment to the same frequency as the Earth, you wouldn't need wires. You wouldn't need fuel. You could just pull raw energy directly from the planet's electromagnetic field. And guess what he called it? Wireless power transmission. And crystals, especially quartz, were the tuning mechanism. Just like a radio dial, but instead of music, he was tuning into the Earth itself, and maybe even beyond. And back in Tesla's day, this was seen as madness. Scientists and engineers couldn't wrap their heads around the idea of a world without power lines, without combustion, without oil. But Tesla wasn't trying to invent the future. He was actually trying to return us to the natural order, where energy wasn't something we mined or burned. It was something we resonated with. And quartz was the key to unlocking the planet's natural energy system. And Tesla believed that he wasn't the first person to believe in the power of quartz. Why? Because ancient civilizations, from the Egyptians to the Maya, used it too. And some researchers believe they weren't just using it for decoration. They were building entire structures around quartz to tap into the same thing Tesla was chasing. Coincidence, or were they tuning into something they couldn't quite explain, but they could feel too? In Egypt, many of the granite blocks used in the Great Pyramid of Giza contain a high concentration of quartz crystals. Not because it's pretty stone, but because of how it conducts vibration. Thank you, Viola. Granite can actually amplify and transmit sound waves, especially when charged with pressure. And when you pack millions of tons of quartz-rich stone into a perfect geometric shape, like a pyramid, you're basically building a giant resonator. Across the ocean to Mesoamerica, the Maya and the Aztec used quartz crystals in some of their temples, like the Pyramid of the Sun in Teotihuacan. They are also aligned with astronomical and geological energy lines, sometimes called ley lines, and quartz deposits are often found right beneath them. Coincidence? Maybe. Or were they tuning into something? In China, ancient texts describe using jade crystals to balance energy in the body and the environment. Very similar to what we now call vibrational healing. Ancient people weren't just randomly stacking rocks. They were measuring, aligning, resonating, just like Tesla. Thank you, Tommy. Some researchers believe that these ancient sites were actually amplifiers that used vibration and resonance to connect with the Earth's natural energy field. And if that sounds like what Tesla was trying to do in Colorado, it's because it is. Crystals embedded in the structure would resonate with telluric currents, which are the natural electric currents in the ground, and they would transmit energy across long distances. Sounds like science fiction, right? Well, so did Tesla's ideas at the time. But if you think about it, he was trying to send wireless energy across the Atlantic Ocean using the Earth itself as a conductor. What if ancient people were doing the exact same thing but using architecture and quartz instead of wires and towers? Tesla made it his mission to bring it back. He didn't think he was creating something new. He thought he was restoring ancient knowledge. And so, he built it, a massive tower, laced with copper, steel, and you guessed it, quartz crystals. A structure that could, in theory, send power anywhere in the world for free. So what really happened to Tesla's greatest invention? In 1901, he began construction on the tower on Long Island, New York. It was called the Wardenclyffe Tower. To most people, it just looked like another radio antenna. But Tesla wasn't trying to send messages. He wanted to send energy through the earth. Not through wires, not through power lines, but wirelessly to anyone, anywhere on the planet for free. Tesla believed these frequencies would create a resonance system around the entire planet. He believed that the quartz could amplify the resonance of the Earth's own frequency, allowing him to create a planetary tuning fork. Once tuned, any device equipped with the right resonator could draw power from the air. Clean, safe, and limitless. And that's when the trouble started. Because Tesla wasn't just building a power source. He was threatening to make entire industries obsolete. No wires meant no copper, no coal, no oil, no monopoly. And if you've studied a little history, you know the greedy men who run industries have never taken kindly to disruption, and especially not to generosity. Tesla had originally secured funding from one of the most powerful bankers at the time, J.P. Morgan. But when Morgan found out that Wardenclyffe wouldn't be used for communication but for free global energy, he couldn't have that. So he pulled the plug, literally. Tesla's funding was revoked, construction stopped, and the tower, Tesla's greatest invention, was demolished in 1917. And the Wardenclyffe Tower was erased, along with Tesla's dream of free energy for all. And in the decades since Tesla's death, many of his ideas, like wireless energy, resonant frequency, crystal-based communication, have all quietly become real. Thank you, Tommy. Today, some of the world's most advanced technologies are powered by the very thing that Tesla was obsessed with: quartz crystals. If you're watching this on a phone, a computer, or a tablet, you're using a quartz oscillator right now. It's a tiny sliver of quartz crystal embedded inside your device. That's right, a crystal powers your smartphone. And what does it do? It vibrates very precisely. And those vibrations are counted by the device to keep time, to regulate signals, and to stay synchronized with the networks all over the world. Without quartz, our digital world would quite literally fall apart. And it goes way beyond phones. Quartz crystals are used in GPS systems, airplane navigation, medical imaging machines, satellites, radio transmitters, and even nuclear submarines. Anywhere that you need a reliable, stable frequency, you'll find quartz doing exactly what Tesla said it would do over a century ago. And this isn't some fringe concept anymore. Modern engineers understand that quartz isn't just a rock. The outdated idea that rocks containing natural energy is woo-woo is a thing of the past. Because quartz is a precision instrument and it vibrates at predictable rates, and it reacts to pressure with electricity, and it turns electricity into motion and motion back into electricity. Exactly the way Tesla described. Because if everything is energy, and if everything is vibration, then with the right frequency, you don't just change machines, you can change realities. So what do you think? Was Tesla just a brilliant inventor who got in over his head? Or did he uncover something much bigger? Something that the world and the powers that be just weren't ready for? To hear the rest of the story, because it's a 30-minute story, you guys can hear it on my YT channel, where I talk about a certain somebody who went in and stole all of his patents in briefcases after he died, and he happens to be related to the person who's running your country. Really cool, right? And then just happened to mysteriously invent half of the shit that he had patents for. And he told the federal government that, there was nothing of any importance in the cases. And then their family became billionaires and invested in all of the right things. Isn't that interesting? Anyway, so that's the tale of Tesla and his quartz crystals. And you know what's funny? Every time I read one of the Unexplained series, I have like the lowest numbers in my room. I get like no taps, no gifts, and no comments. It's like people hate these stories. I swear to God. That's why I never put it on the poll, because like these stories do not do well. I love them. They're my favorite, but they are not popular with the live crowd for some reason. Thank you, Archangelo. I love them too, but literally every single time I read these, there's horrible engagement, horrible performance, and like my numbers drop immensely because it doesn't look scary. People swipe through and they don't stop for smart shit. They don't want to hear, they don't want to be educated. I mean, look at CJ. CJ said, "I'm falling asleep. Anybody get a monster?" People think this stuff's boring. But anyway, Sam, I don't know if she fell asleep or not, but I hope she liked it. I hope she liked it. Love you, Sam. Thank you. Me too, Sam. Love you. Get some sleep. Thank you, Dennis, for the floating heart. And Lori, Hocking Hills is beautiful. It's my favorite part of Ohio. But no, I am not close. And thank you, user. Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Devin, and this is Porch Lore. And I tell spooky bedtime stories to help you relax your nerve. Thank you, Michelle. That's cute. Thanks, Mic Drop. And I tell spooky bedtime stories to help you relax your nervous system and fall asleep. Oh, really, Mr. Extraordinary? I love that. Miss Extraordinary, I'm glad that you can come. You can be here. Viola, no, but I can add it. All right, guys, welcome in. I am here every single night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until about 1 in the morning. I do write and record all of these stories myself. They are original content, and you can listen to them whenever you would like on my YT channel, as well as all of the podcast streaming sites. Just look for Porch Lore, and you will find me. I'm going to set up the next poll for us to vote on the next story. And if you guys could do me a big favor while I'm doing that, hit that share arrow in the bottom right hand corner. There's a little yellow circle with 2 arrows chasing each other that says repost. And that puts my live into your friends' FYPs, and it helps us grow this beautiful porch of ours. I'm glad you joined us early, Miss Extraordinary. Welcome in, guys. Grab a beanbag chair, grab a hammock, sit back and relax. And welcome to the porch. Happy Friday. All right, you guys, the next poll is ready. We have Haint Blue, the Hitchhiker, the Librarian, the Thomas House, and Grandpa's Cabin. You can vote in the top left-hand corner. There is a blue box. You can vote up to 50 times, and you can vote for more than one story. Hi, Pooh. We have Haint Blue, the new story of the week. We have the Hitchhiker. We have the Librarian. We have the Thomas House, and we have Grandpa's Cabin. Who's it gonna be? And the winner is The Tale of Haint Blue. I'll be right back with the next story. And if you guys could do me a big favor, could you hit that share arrow in the bottom right hand corner? There's a little yellow circle with 2 arrows chasing each other that says repost. And that puts my live into your friends' FYPs. And it really helps us grow our beautiful porch. Helps them bring cool people instead of trolls. And writing keywords in the chat and tapping and sharing in your stories and to your friends, all so helpful in helping us grow our community with good people. And it's very helpful. So I'll be right back with The Tale of Haint Blue. Happy Friday! Elizabeth, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the porch. Thank you, Hippie Chick. Thank you so much. Dream house, right, y'all? Dream house. Me too, shorty. Because new houses are literally built like shit. They're made out of particle board, and I'm not even exaggerating. That's like literally what they're made out of. Yeah, Winter, I got the same thing, but then I went through the other way and filed an impersonation report as the creator, and now I have to fill out this form thing, and I'm going after her. I literally have legal protection. She's an idiot. So don't worry, I'm going to have her page removed. And she blocked me, but what's funny is I have 5 accounts, bitch. You're never going to be able to block them all. You don't even know them. so I still can take screenshots. Skrilla, you missed everything. I'm not recapping the drama that you missed from the nights before. If you're not here, you're not here, boo-boo. You missed it. But yes, thank you to everybody who helped quickly and actively report her. And now I have to file an impersonation report and I have to go through the whole thing. But we are hopefully taking care of it. Okay? Be right back. Quick swig. She had my blood boiling last night, so I'm just not trying to rehash it and get all fucking worked up again. Yeah, Jamie missed the good stuff too. It's not stories, it's stuff that happens. And that did not happen the first hour last night. That happened at like the end. Or not even the end, right? That happened like right in the middle. But yes, thank you, Winter. I appreciate you updating. And everybody got the same response, because unless it's like something that like is gonna scar people that they see immediately, they like don't remove shit. So I have to file an impersonation report. So anyway, oh my god, hi Dentarella. Hi Dentarella, you're so cute. I looked at your page today and you're so funny and cute. Hi. I love your videos. You're so cute. Thank you for the jolly and the manifesting. And the good night. You guys check out Dentarella. She's so funny. She's so cute. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Quick swig. And we have the tale of Haint Blue. Exactly, Rochelle. It's just ridiculous. It's honestly, that's what I wrote in my thing. I was like, you have no problem telling everyone I know that their content is not original and all this other shit. And you've literally told me that in my live, and then you won't take down someone who's literally copying, pretending to be me. The fuck? But I come from a family of lawyers, and I literally own the LLC. So it's not gonna, she's dumb. It's not gonna go the way she thinks. Anyway, I'm not talking about it anymore. I'll be right back. I'm not talking about it anymore. If you guys want to update the people who missed it yesterday in the chat, feel free, but I am no longer addressing the situation. Thanks. Thank you, Jess. Yes, thank you, Justin. Hi, Brian. Hi, Ghost Rider House. Hello, Boo Boo. Guys, be sure to follow Brian, Ghost Rider House. We went to middle school together and I broke his heart at the roller skating rink. It's a really good story. He tells it all the time in his live when I come in, just to like let everybody know that I'm a cold-hearted bitch. No, just kidding. And he does a great job of telling it. He also lives in a haunted craftsman-style bungalow in Texas. And he does tours of his home every day. And it's beautiful. He's hilarious. He used to be a jingle writer. So he's a real big goofball like me. And he does voices. And he's just the best. So please give him a follow. And yes, I did in fact tell him I would not skate with him because his breath smelled bad. And then I called him Bad Breath Brian. And then it stuck for the rest of till he went to college. No big deal. You know, you live and you learn. I was, you know. And then maybe I did instead skate with Steve Simpson, who was a football player later in high school, and Brian hated him. And then it was like a whole thing. And maybe or maybe not, that was definitely the girl who I was. And, you know, you live and you learn and you grow and you heal. But Brian lost a finger that night. It's a long story. If you guys want to hear the rest of that story and see his amputated finger that he blames on me, you should follow him and go to his house tours because he tells the story. And it's hilarious. Yes, Ghostwriter House is Bad Breath Brian, Leslie. You didn't know that? You didn't know that? Yeah. Leslie, yeah. That's Bad Breath Brian is Ghostwriter House. He like has become a successful account too. Isn't that the funniest shit? Yeah. Yep, in Ohio. Good old Ohio. Good old Ohio. Now he lives in Texas. But check him out, guys. We both ended up loving spooky stuff. Maybe he was right. We were soulmates. Just kidding. His wife's amazing and so cute and the best decorator on the planet. He has 2 kitties that hang out with him on his live. Be sure to check him out. And his house is haunted by cool spirits, not scary, mean ones, very nice ones. Yeah, Jess. Also, Brian, please do not forget to let me know when the metal detecting is going on, because you know that I'm dying to watch the metal. You know, like I'm just waiting for the metal detecting. Please, dear God, don't forget to tell me when you're doing it. Because I missed What's-His-Face's investigation at your house. I really want to see the metal detecting. Yeah, Bad Breath Brian. I know, guys. I know that. Yeah, like, and I've always loved alliteration, and I still do. You know, still Porch Pals, Bad Breath Brian. I've always really liked alliteration. It's just really, you know, it lands with a punch, right, Brian? Okay, guys, be right back. Yeah, I know, Brian. I know. That's what I was talking about. You told me already. I know. And I can't wait to see the metal detecting. Submitted for the approval of the Porch Pals Society. This is the tale of Haint Blue. By the way, Brian, I have 2 metal detectors. I thought you had one. Good night, Brian. The house was never supposed to be mine. When my grandmother died, nobody in the family wanted the old mountain house except me. And that surprised everyone. It surprised me too. Skrilla said, smell you later. I hadn't been back to Black Ridge in almost 15 years. Not since I left for college. Not since I built a life somewhere flatter, louder, brighter. Somewhere without winding roads or thick woods pressing against every window. But grief does strange things. It rearranges memory. It makes old places feel magnetic. Hi, Queen Lakota. Love you, miss you. Hi. So 3 months after the funeral, I packed my car and my cat Merlin, and I drove back into the mountains. The house sat exactly where it always had, half hidden by dogwoods and hemlocks, perched on a rise overlooking a narrow valley in the Appalachian Mountains. White siding, green shutters, an amazing wraparound porch. And that porch ceiling, blue. Not sky blue, not cheerful blue. Almost ghostly, blue-gray. In Appalachia, we call it haint blue. I remember asking my grandmother about it as a kid. Why blue? She never answered directly. She just said that it keeps the haints out. Appalachian elders rarely explained the folklore that had woven its way into our modern lives. Sometimes belief and routine fuse so completely that there isn't really a difference anymore. You painted the porch blue. You didn't whistle after dark, and you didn't answer voices from the woods. And you never invited something in unless you knew exactly what it was. I spent the first week there cleaning. There was dust everywhere, boxes, old furniture. The kind of work that exhausts your body enough to quiet the mind. At night, I'd sit with all the windows open and I'd soak in the sounds of the mountains. The groan of old wood as the night breeze crept through the trees. Owls, crickets, the babbling creek. It all felt familiar, comforting. Until the knocking started. It happened about a week after I got there. 3 knocks, soft, behind me. I was washing dishes when I heard it coming from the porch door. I looked outside and nothing, just darkness. I opened the door and a cool night breeze brushed past me. No one was there, so I shut the door, locked it, and I went to bed. The next night, the same thing, 3 knocks. This time, I didn't open the door. I just peeked through the drapes, and there was nothing outside. By the 4th night, I was officially unnerved. So I called my mom, and I asked her if my grandma had ever mentioned anything weird about the house. And then she sighed, and she asked me if I was hearing 3 knocks. How did she know? Another pause, and then she asked me if the porch was still painted blue. I stared at the porch ceiling and I confirmed that it was faded, but it was in fact still blue. What does that matter? And then my mother began to explain. My grandmother repainted that porch ceiling every spring because she said that something kept coming to her door. But she never said what that thing was. That night, I didn't sleep much. I sat in the living room with every light on. And the 3 knocks came back again. And then I heard it. A woman's voice. Soft, gentle, coming from outside. It was my grandmother's voice. "Sweetie?" My heart stopped. Tears instantly filled my eyes. "Sweetie, open the door." Every instinct told me not to, but my grief screamed louder than reason. I walked toward the door, my hand shaking. Her voice trembled now. "My hands are cold." Tears ran down my face. It sounded exactly like her. Every rasp, every cadence, every tiny breath. My hand touched the lock, and then all of a sudden a memory came rushing back. Me, at 6 years old, sitting beside my grandma on that porch swing. Her voice low and serious. "If somebody outside sounds like somebody you love, it ain't." I snatched my hand back from the lock. Outside, the voice stopped, and silence followed. Then, slowly, the doorknob turned. Once, twice, 3 times. My blood turned to ice. It was trying to get in. The voice returned now with no warmth. It still sounded like my grandma, but wrong. "Why won't you let me in?" I backed away. The wood around the door creaked with pressure, as if something was leaning against it. And then I heard scratching, like fingernails down the wood. I quietly ran upstairs and I barricaded myself in a room. And the scratching continued for hours. Morning finally came and I forced myself downstairs. It was gone, but the front door had 4 long gouges in the wood. I almost left that day. Bye, Jade. But then I found something in my grandmother's sewing room. A notebook, her handwriting. Recipes, bills, garden notes. And then 1 page written in thick, dark letters, only 4 lines. "It learns voices. Do not answer it. Do not invite it in. And if the blue fades, repaint immediately." My stomach dropped. I ran outside and I looked up at the porch ceiling. Yep, the blue paint was peeling and faded. Bare wood showed through in patches. So, I listened and I drove into town to buy paint in the color that my grandmother called haint blue. The hardware store owner, an old man named Virgil, watched as I placed the paint cans on the counter. And then he asked, "You paint your Meemaw's porch?" I stared at him for a minute. And then he said, "Be sure you paint it before the night settles in." That was all he said. So I listened, and I raced home. By sunset, I was almost done. Brush strokes, fresh blue, steady hands. Almost finished. And then I heard a voice behind me. My own voice. Hey, turn around. Every hair on my arm stood up. And then again, my exact voice. I said, turn around. I didn't turn around. I just kept painting. Heart slamming, brush shaking. Why won't you look at me? I ignored it. I could hear the footsteps on the wood behind me. The porch groaned. Whatever stood there stood on the porch with me. I painted faster. I only had one little section left. Just keep painting and don't turn around. As my brush made the final stroke of that magical blue paint, I heard something behind me shriek. Something ancient. Screaming in 100 stolen voices. And then, silence. Complete silence. That was several years ago, and I still live here. And every spring, I repaint the porch ceiling. Every inch, no exceptions. Tonight I finished in a bit of a hurry. I was running behind. Fresh paint blue. Pretty good coverage if I do say so myself. And I felt safe. Until 10 minutes ago, someone knocked 3 times. And then from the other side of the door, I heard brush strokes and fresh wet paint. And my voice chuckling while saying, "Hey, you missed a spot." And that's the tale of Paint Blue. That would be awesome, Tarek. I would love that. That'd be a sweet job. Thanks, Spooky Cabins. Thank you. By the way, Jade, who's Clarence? Thank you, Leslie. I think everybody's kind of saying the same thing. CJ said it's the only one that gives him goosebumps. So I guess I did a good job on that one. Thanks, guys. You know why? Because it's folklore I grew up hearing. It's folklore I grew up around. Like, literally my friends' porches were blue. So, like, I guess it's like, I don't know. You're in CJ's child? When did that come to fruition? And girl, I'm so sorry. The child's gonna be addicted to chocolate milk. It sounds so Appalachian. Yep, it is. It's very Appalachian. The only place you've ever felt uncanny horror in the summertime. Oh, where? Where in Appalachia? That would be, I want to know. Thank you, Chaotic. Thank you, Archangelo. Hey, Fishing, what the fuck are you talking about? I literally grew up in Appalachia and I wrote this story. You're an idiot. just because you can't write well, sweetie, doesn't mean everything's done with AI. People also accuse my voice of being AI too all the time. And then they're really embarrassed when I call them out about it. So I literally went to journalism school and I have a college degree in it, sweetie. So fuck off, okay? Sorry that you feel threatened because you will never be as good of a writer as me. But no, boo-boo, AI could never write the shit I write. But thanks. You picked the wrong fucking room, loser. I literally hold a degree in journalism. You are a tool. Bye. My mod's got you. Fuck off. It's pathetic that humans have gotten so mediocre that now you can't even be good at something without them thinking AI does it. That is pathetic and makes me really sad. Yeah, AI could never. Are you fucking kidding? AI's wrong all the time too. You think AI could get the nuances of the local folklore I write about? People from the places are in the live and they applaud me on how well I got it right. You think fucking AI can do that? I'm so sick of people saying fuck them. My images, yep, AI. My stories, go fuck yourself. Thanks, Lisa. Appreciate you. Blake, I don't use AI to edit my stories. What the hell are you talking about? Like, excuse me? I don't even know who you are. I definitely don't use AI to edit my stories. I literally use Final Cut Pro, a professional software that I was trained in college how to use. That's what I use to edit my stories. So I don't know who you are either, but thanks, Tarek. See you later. I love Final Cut too, Rich. It's so much better than Premiere. I had to use Premiere at my job in Denver, and I had used Final Cut at my job in Houston for years. And when they made me go back to Premiere, I literally felt like I was going back to I don't know. I felt like I was going back to kindergarten. I don't know. I hated it. Thanks, Queen Lakota. Yeah, anyone else want to get blocked? Because my mods are on fire. And you can fuck around and find out. And yes, thank you very much. I do write these. Thanks. Appreciate it. I write one every week. I know, Glossette, but it's annoying and pathetic that nowadays, when you're great at something, you get accused of AI. You know who didn't get accused of AI and being great at something? Like Shakespeare or anyone before AI was invented. So I'm sick of fucking people coming in and accusing me of being AI because I'm great at something. Fuck off. People are still good at things, boo-boo. Not everyone lacks talent, you know what I mean? Poser. Some of us literally have spent our entire lives cultivating this knowledge and skill set. Literally, my entire fucking life. So, if anybody else wants to come in here and talk shit, I don't recommend it. You're in the wrong life. Because I am not in the fucking mood. It's almost the full moon. I'm about to start my period. You are wrong life. Wrong life. not. You're just still having cramps. I'm sorry. Wait, your picture's a dude. I thought you were a dude. Oh, your name's Kelsey. Okay. Because it's just a smiley face, so I couldn't tell. I'm sorry you're still having cramps. It's probably this Schumann resonance. Yeah, no, Starlet, I am what they call a red witch, and I am aligned. I am in sync with the full moon. You know how old of a witch you have to be to be that, and to be on BC pills and still sync with the full moon. So I am a force to be reckoned with in that week, and you do not want to piss me off. Kim, I love you. You're so cute. Terry said 700 years old. Yeah. Because fun fact, in case you guys didn't know, our months are usually about 28 days, okay? The cycle of the moon is also 28 days, and a woman's menstrual cycle is 28 days. We are literally one with the earth and the planet. Just reminding people. Mario. Mario said reading that guy's comment started my period, and I'm a guy. That's the best comment I've ever heard in my life. That's the funniest shit I've ever heard. Mario, you win. You just made me happy again. Thank you. Kim said that'll do it. That'll do it. Elizabeth, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. You can do it. I've done it. You can do it. I have like CPTSD and teen trauma, and you can do it. I promise. You got this. You got this, witchy boo. Oh, are you, Sylvia? Sit back and relax, girl. You get a hammock. I need to put the porch back. What are we doing here with the haint house still? I had to turn on the bitch for a second. Sorry about that, guys. But again, I'm kind. I'm not nice. Right, Kim? There's a difference. Nice people will appease you. Kind means you got a good heart. Hi, toasters. Hey. Justin. Yep, kind of. Justin, I don't know who pinned it. Who do you think pinned it? Who do you think pinned it? We don't even have to ask that question. We know who pinned it. We all know who pinned it. The queen of pinning. Well, Justin, it was out there for the world to see when you typed it, sweetheart. Thank you, Giggle Pickles. How are you, cutie? That's so pretty. Thanks. Good evening. Hi, Pierce. Good evening. Sorry, guys. We had a troll over here, and I haven't even looked at the chat on YT or Twitch in a few minutes. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm doing a lot over here, and when I get pissed, I just have this sense of justice where I need to correct people when they're especially accusing me of things that aren't true. Plus, what's so weird is like we all know what the AI's written stories sound like. And literally, my stories couldn't be even more further away from that. Except for when I do add an inadequate flashlight, right, Kim? because that's the whole reason that joke started, is because we were watching this documentary that was narrated by like an AI British voice, and it had so many ridiculous words in it that no normal person uses. And it said he had his inadequate, worthless, tiresome wreck of a flashlight. Like he like described it. Yeah, it was the most AI story in the world. And that's the funny part. It's like, you can tell. Oops, I didn't mean to unpin it. I was trying to pin it. You can tell when that shit, like that's what's so blowing my mind and offensive, is like, my stories sound nothing like it. We all have heard those shitty stories. They're all over TikTok with like, imagine this, a night in a haunted house. And it's that stupid voice, and it's like a 20-second video on TikTok. We've all seen those. Mine are nothing like that. I'm a long form content creator, and I literally put so much fucking effort into this shit. It's really offensive because my stories are nothing like those. It's really fucking annoying. Yeah, that flashlight was trashed. Yeah. Why did that guy hate the flashlight so much? We should watch it again, Lady Rose. It was so good. It was a story about the Flatwoods Monster, and it was narrated, and it was definitely AI written, and we could tell, and we were clowning it the whole time. And I even came up in a box, remember, Kim? And I ranted about how it was so AI written, we could barely listen to it. Remember? I was trashing it for being AI written. And then he said, because what's his face? Eugene Lemon's flashlight wasn't working that night. And he's like, yeah, we were cracking up, and he's like, his inadequate, worthless piece of shit, like tragedy of a flashlight. He described it in a way no human would ever talk. And that is literally where the inadequate flashlight joke came from, is because we're making fun of AI stories, and we're like, no one would ever call it an inadequate flashlight. And that's why I say always in the live, but if you go to my YT stories, that's not in any of the recordings. I only say it in the live to fuck with Kim. Literally, it's not part of the actual story. It's just a joke. And that's what's so funny. It's because the writing is so different that I would never use inadequate like a real that's what's so funny to me, is like, boy, like those people suck. I couldn't be further from that. It's just so offensive to me. Thanks, Giggles. You're so great. I'm just annoyed. And it's annoying because I literally went to journalism school and I still have student loan debt for it. And these fuckers think like now, like are you kidding? And it's just annoying that so many people are creating pages that pop this shit out like the AI. And it's like, people can't even tell the difference anymore already. And we're at the beginning of AI, and people can't even tell the difference already. That's making me really sad. And it pisses me off, to be honest. Like, what the fuck? But anyway, I hope you guys can tell the difference, even though those couple jackasses that came in can't. But people also think my voice is AI. And I literally thank people for gifts and cuss all the time. And they're like, AI trash. Like, I don't know what the hell is wrong with people. Maybe it's like their brains aren't very good. You're right, Kim. Kim, that's the conclusion I just came to. And I said it like their brains aren't very good. Meanwhile, Kim says, Bush won. No child left behind, right? Brains not good means they're fucking dumb. And if you can't differentiate, learn how. Or shut your fucking mouth. Because I don't play. I have a Scottish temperament. Give it a goog. Right, Skrilla? Give what a Scottish temperament is a goog and see if you want to accuse me of things that aren't true. Not a good move. We are extremely justice oriented, and that's about the best way to piss me the fuck off. James, how did you know I had pineapple tonight? You said, but AI can't eat pineapple. Wait, how did you know I ate pineapple tonight? Wait a minute. How did he know did I tell anybody? No. I didn't tell anybody. I snagged 2 pieces before I took Merlin outside. Oh, you just know me well, don't you, James? You just know I love pineapple. That's cute. I was like shocked, but I think it's just because you know I love pineapple, don't you? Yeah, I think it's because I eat a lot of pineapple. You said I told James. Wait, I don't even know what account that is. melted chocolate or a smooth Glenlivet whiskey. Thank you, Peter. My goodness. Well, thank you, Peter. Thank you so much. Oh, Skrilla. All right, guys, I'm setting up the next poll for us to vote for the next story. Sit back and relax. Grab a beanbag chair, grab a hammock, and welcome to the porch. Happy Friday. Please feel free to share out the live, tap, share it to your stories, all the good things. Be right back. Scarlett, you don't have to keep your lips zipped. I thought that was funny. I was actually surprised that you even know that. So, sneaky little joke. That is also not why I eat pineapple a lot. I just really like it. Okay, sophomoric is like booby and dick jokes. Sexual innuendos isn't always that. Sophomoric is like, he's a dick. Boobies. That's sophomoric. Sexual innuendos that are clever and witty, that's not always sophomoric. Jugs is sophomoric. Oh, James, you were making a joke about when I choked on pineapple on my live. Yeah, because so you're very observant, James, because yeah, then you realized I like pineapple a lot. Yeah, because I ate it tonight too, because I love it all the time. I eat it regularly. That's so funny. And yes, you're right. AI can't eat pineapple. And apparently neither can I because I choked on it that night. I like that. Air Sunfire said, AI can't choke on fruit while talking is rather brilliant. Exactly. Thank you. And also, yes, Jess said, I see what you did there. Love you guys so much. Skrilla. Oh, we got corn. Thank you, Rachie. Thanks, Leslie. Thank you, Rachie. Oh, we got corn. It's sweet corn season, y'all. Okay, the next poll is ready. And we have the overnight delivery, which is the first time CJ has ever requested a story in my live was tonight. And he requested overnight delivery. So I'm just going to throw that out there that this is the first time CJ's ever requested a story, and he requested overnight delivery. So if you feel like, giving it, I know, I'm shocked. As soon as he said it, I was like, was that request from CJ? And then he wrote, I think this is the first time I've ever requested a story. And I was like, it is. So I'm just going to point that out in case you guys feel like maybe voting for it. Also, we have the Ozarks Howler. We have the Stillness in the Cedars. We have the Hitchhiker, and we have the Chupacabra. You can vote in the top left-hand corner, and you can vote up to 50 times, and you can vote for more than one story. We have CJ's first ever story request, overnight delivery. We have the Ozarks Howler. We have the Stillness in the Cedars. We have the Hitchhiker and the Chupacabra. Sarah, at the top left-hand corner, there's a little blue box, and you just click on it. Sometimes that stupid hot pink banner covers it up, but it's a little blue box. That reminds me, actually, I need to go get I need to drive out into the country this weekend and find some sweet corn stands. Oh, that's okay. You don't have to send anything. Yeah, just hang out. Just hang out. You don't have to send anything, Kelsey. Just chill. Hang on the porch. Misbehaving, you're so cute. Oh, look at how everybody loves CJ. Oh, Rachie with the corn. Look at all this support for CJ. Skrilla, thanks for the sound spell. Thank you. Yes, Lovely. I love how Lovely just randomly I literally just spent 10 minutes saying how CJ's never requested a story before. He just requested it tonight. Why are you blocking him? What? I'm confused. It's his first request ever. And that's why everybody voted, because he's never requested a story before. And he said something reminded him of it today. True, lovely, you were. You were. I love you. I just think it's funny because, well, you leave it sitting. I get that you leave it sitting and then just to give me watch time. And you're not always like, you know what I mean, sitting there ready to read every single message. So yeah, I know it's because she doesn't like it because it's scary to her. I think it's so cute too because Lovely is so, like, I love Lovely because you guys, my mod Lovely, who I adore and I'm obsessed with, and I wish she went live more because she's the cutest human on the planet. She actually doesn't really like scary stories very much, and so she is a ride or die because, yeah, you did get Tesla. So she sits in here every night and just is like, oh God, please, please, please. There's a handful of stories that she thinks are almost too scary that she likes to leave during. And so what a ride or die mod, where she's not just like, because she didn't even tell me when she like offered to be my mod. She wasn't like, by the way, I am really terrified of scary things. She was like, yeah, I'll be your mod. Like, I love her so much. Anyway, I'll be right back with the winner of the poll, the tale of the overnight delivery. And yes, Kelsey, I'm obsessed with capybaras. Like obsessed. Like they're my favorite animal. I want to have one as a pet someday. I've been obsessed with them since I was literally 4 years old. And yeah, I finally met one last summer and it changed my life. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget him. He was the cutest. I've never been more connected to an animal in my life. And I knew it was going to be like that before I even met him. And his name was Pebbles. And he's amazing. Wait, Lovely, what did you unpin? I must have missed it. Oh my God, really? Beltane Fox? I love that. I love that. Yeah, I think so, CJ. I was going to say, where's Jade? She has to be involved in the pin war that's happening right now. You found the video. Are we going to watch it again tomorrow, Kim? We're going to watch it on your live. By the way, guys, Kim goes live on Saturdays and we do paranormal watch party all day long. And it's so fun. Please join us. I come up in a box sometimes. We literally cackle. I got a restriction as a guest last week for my first time ever. Didn't even know that could happen. We have a good time. Brittany, she starts at noon Eastern Standard, right, Kim? We're going to rewatch it tomorrow. Hell yes. Because there's enough new spooky boogies that haven't seen the inadequate flashlight origin story that I feel like it's a good one. Yeah, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard. So 12 Eastern Standard. Yep, tomorrow. Yep, on Saturdays. And it's all day. We have so much fun. And like, I just put my earbud in, prop up the phone, and like do like stuff around my house and like chat it up when I can. But like, we are cackling all day long. It's so much fun. So much fun. Yeah, be sure to give her a follow. She's also the mod of mine that you don't want to fuck with. Just a heads up. She's the pit bull of the mods. She doesn't even ask my permission. She just straight fucking blocks. And I appreciate that, to be honest. I know when she's like in a mood, because she doesn't even give people, some days she won't even give people a second chance. She's like, it just shows me on the screen, Kimberly blocked. I'm like, fuck yeah, she's done. Yep. She is the absolute best. So if you don't know, now you know, because she's amazing. And she's my sister from another life, reincarnated. And we found each other on TikTok. That'll do it. That'll do it. I be on one too, Kim, so we're perfect match. Because same girl. And some days, and here's the thing, the days I'm not on one, you are, and it's perfect because I don't have the energy sometimes, and you're like, hell no, motherfucker, bam. Like, it's very helpful because sometimes I'm like, that'll do it every time. Yeah, some days I'm like, you know what? Yes, Kim absolutely keeps us safe from the trolls. She doesn't fuck around, and she has zero patience for people who talk shit or are rude. Hi, Dallas. She's almost taken me out of the live a few times, CJ said. Yep. Watch yourself. And that's why I told Jamie she needs to watch out, because I'm like, I don't even know if Kim knows who Jamie is. And Jamie comes in sometimes and fucks with me. And I'm like, dude, and she's my real life friend. And I was like, dude, if Jamie got blocked, that would be hilarious. And yes, Jade, I'm proud of you. Because Jade has gotten more aggressive. I'm proud of her. You know JME. Okay, good. Yeah, I was hoping so by now. Because Jamie comes in and says things trolls say just to fuck with me. And I'm like, always worried she's going to get blocked by someone. Don't worry, no filter. I'm going to go longer tonight. It's Friday. I sometimes go longer on the weekends. All right, be right back with the overnight delivery. Scarlett, you can take your phone with you to get a beer. You're so cute. Do I have time to grab a brewski? Girl, you can take that little phone in your hand to the kitchen. And you can hear me while you're doing that. I didn't know that video was over an hour either, Kim. Oh my God, it was an hour? We literally laughed the entire video. I can't wait to watch it tomorrow. Exactly, Jade. Yep. What would Kim do? What would Kim do? You're so cute, Scarlett. You're so fucking cute. That's why I had to remind you. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, CJ. That's why I reminded her. Because every time she's on her phone, she forgets. And I always have to remind her, I'm like, girl, you can take it with you, remember? Because she's usually on her PC. She's so cute. Oh, yeah, it's Scarlet. Oh, you thought it was Charlotte? Wait, am I saying it wrong? It's Scarlet, right? That's a old calligraphy S, right? Yeah, see, you know how I know that? Because I'm 700 years old. I can read that because that used to be what I wrote in with a fucking quill. Hi, Callie. I haven't heard of the Flannel Man. We did, Scarlet. We used them quill pens, girl. You know. You know. Scarlet and I were executed for witchcraft together in Scotland. No big deal. But we back. We back. Really, Kim? I love that. Oh, Scarlet, and we're synced too. Uh-oh. I guess that's what happens. The witches. Giggles, you're getting married? That's amazing. Congratulations. Oh my God. Congrats. Yaya said I'm over here with the Geechee and the Bayou Witches. I love it. I love it. Yeah, and Yaya's laying in the wait, ready to snipe people. And when they're gone, she's like, Geechee got him. The Geechee got him. I have a sniper mod, I have a pit bull mod, and you don't want to fuck with either of them. One's named Yaya, and one's named Kim. Yaya will just snipe you, not say a word, and go, Geechee got him. And Kim will just slap the hammer down and then say, they're gone now. Taken care of. And Justin's my dancer mod. Justin's my dancer mod. You're right, Justin. You are like the porch greeter. You are the sweet. You greet everyone. You're so sweet. And you block all the pussy accounts. Geechee got him. Exactly. Yeah, there's accounts that come in and say, check out my pussy. And Justin always gets them before I usually even see him. I usually just see it say, Justin block, check out my pussy. No, Callie, she comes in and says hi sometimes, but she hasn't been on like live or anything. She got a boyfriend. Fell off the face of the earth. But I'm happy for her. I know, me too, Mary. I'm so excited. I know, Dallas, right? They're like bot accounts for like gross videos or something, and Justin always blocks them before anybody even sees them, which I love. Submitted for the approval of the Porch Pal Society. This is the tale of the overnight delivery. Thank you, Misbehavin'. And yes, Callie, I do. Callie, they can be both. Have you ever had one of those moments where the world just doesn't quite feel right? Like the air around you shifts just a little. Just enough that your brain registers that something is off. Even if you can't put your finger on it. Thank you, Rich. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Dallas. That's how it started for me. Just a little feeling creeping in at the edges of my awareness, whispering to me that something was wrong. And it happened when I took a job as a private overnight courier. I loved driving and the money was too good to pass up. Pick up a package and deliver it by morning. Cash under the table. No questions asked. Simple. The first few runs were easy. Meet a man in a suit. Take a locked metal case. Drive 8 hours. Drop it off with another man in a suit. But the night everything changed, was different. I picked up the package outside a warehouse on the edge of town. And the man who handed it to me was different this time. His suit looked the same, but his face looked different. Thank you, Yaya. He had this off quality. My gut told me to walk away, but I had already taken the job. I was committed. The case felt heavier than usual when I set it in my trunk, like something inside had shifted. The drive should have been straightforward. 400 miles through the desert. Straight shot. No stops. Good job, Justin. But an hour in, I started seeing headlights in my rearview mirror. At first, I thought nothing of it. Just another traveler. Oh, Rich, you saw it? See, that's what I was talking about. But they stayed there, uncomfortably close. Thank you, Brittany, for the follow. Every turn I made, they made. Every acceleration they matched. My fingers tightened around the wheel. When I finally built up the nerve to take an unplanned exit, they followed. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Misbehavin'. And then panic set in. Scroll, you're an idiot. My heart my heart pounded in my chest as I floored it down an empty side road. The other car sped up too, headlights growing larger in my mirror. And then, just as suddenly as they appeared, the lights vanished. No brakes, no turnoff, just gone. The road behind me was empty. I kept driving, my nerves shot, trying to convince myself that maybe I just overreacted. But that's when I heard it. Soft, rhythmic tapping coming from my trunk. Slow, insistent tapping. I almost pulled over. Almost opened it to see what was inside. But something told me that I wouldn't want to know. Instead, I tightened my grip on the wheel and I kept driving. Kept my eyes on the road. Kept pretending I wasn't hearing what I was hearing. An hour later, my radio cut out. Static. And then, just as my headlights caught the next mile marker, something in my trunk screamed. Not a human scream, and not an animal. Something I've never heard before. I slammed the gas pedal to the floor, tearing down the empty highway at 90 miles an hour. I didn't care about the delivery anymore. I just wanted out. What do I do? My destination was less than an hour away, so I forced myself to keep going, gripping the wheel so tight my knuckles went white. And just when I thought I might make it, the trunk lid started to rattle. The lock strained, metal groaned under pressure. Whatever was inside was trying to get out. I made it to the drop-off point, a gas station in the middle of nowhere. The second my tires skidded to a stop, the trunk burst open. I didn't look, I just threw myself out of the car and I ran to the station's lights. By the time I turned back, the trunk was empty and the case was gone. The man waiting for the delivery looked past me into the darkness, nodded and said, "Good, now it's loose." And then he handed me an envelope of cash, got in his car, and drove off. Just like that. I don't know what was in my trunk. And I don't know what got out. I didn't ask any questions, Jade. And I don't know what got out. I didn't ask any questions. But I never took another overnight delivery job again. Jade said slow and consistent tapping was Justin's dancer name at Riverdance. Did everybody see Matt in his Fresno Nightcrawler shirt today? It's so cute. He wore it on his trip. It was delivered in time for his vacation. Oh my goodness, Ange. I'll message you after my live if you're still up. I love you. And I'm here for you if you need me. But I'm also low-key excited for you, kind of, because you deserve better. Hi, Derek. How you doing? Happy Friday. Welcome to the porch. And if you are new here, welcome in. My name is Devin, and this is Porch Lore. Thank you, Sarah. And I tell spooky bedtime stories to help you relax your nervous system and fall asleep. And I am here every single night from 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until about 1 in the morning. And I do write and record all of these stories myself, and you can find them on my YT channel as well as all of the podcast streaming sites whenever you would like. I do, Jade. I sure do. I sure do. Because that's what happens. That's what happens. I love how you shouted it, actually. It's true. Oh, hi, Giggle Pickles. You're having issues with YT. Thanks for coming over here. I'm sorry. It still looks like it's up on my end, but it does sometimes go out over there. I hope it's still working. Hi, Auntiana. Welcome in, cutie. Happy Friday. Yes, Deborah. You're absolutely right. Because I have a lot of people ask me about fairies like Callie did tonight. And fairies is actually a very broad term. In the elemental world, they are actually referred to as the Fae, which is F-A-E. You will notice that my other backup account that I used to make the polls on is just my old flower account, but I spell it flower fairy, F-A-E-R-I-E. Okay, that's the old Gaelic for Fae, which is an entire, basically elementals. Basically, the Fae world is elementals, but a very like a subgroup, like a little group of them. So that the Fae includes things like brownies, which I don't know how many people are in here know what the hell I'm talking about or not. Probably not. This is more of a Witchy Wednesday conversation, but just to answer your question, the Fae is a giant umbrella term for magical beings. And so fairies fall under that umbrella, but fairies is also kind of all of them, because Fae is the term used to cover them all. So, like the ones like Tinkerbell would be sprites. Does that make sense? And they're like the most popular because they're the ones everybody associates with the Fae as fairies. But the Fae is a broader term. Hi, Skate. It's covers lots of critters and creatures. So just to answer the question, yes, I do believe in them. Uh-oh, Justin, we got another one and you missed it. And she says 4. 4 what? Get a life. How pathetic. Can't imagine. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Yaya. Oh, Justin must have gone to the bathroom or something. Oh, you promised Kim she could have it. Exactly, Ange, thank you. Nobody wants to see your roast beef. Is that what I said the other night? That is what I said. God, I'm out of control. I did say that the other night. I said, nobody wants to see your roast beef curtains. And then everybody talked about Arby's fucking 5 hours. Please don't do that again. Please don't talk about Arby's the whole night. Dear God, please don't fill the chat with Arby's. Okay, so you guys know what time it is? Yeah, CJ, please don't do it again. My God. Exactly, because I knew you were going to do that stupid shit again. And then there's Skrilla with it too. I swear to God, you guys. My numbers have been so bad lately. So bad. Because I swear, because of the chat. And there goes Megs with it too. And there goes Skater. You guys, come on. If you're gonna do that, you can at least contribute keywords in the chat too. You know? You could at least contribute keywords if you're gonna do that all the time. To balance it out. That would be appreciated. And there goes Cade too. Are you guys not hearing what I'm saying? The next person that talks about beef gets muted. I don't care who it is. Is that clear? Hi, Angel. Welcome in. You guys know what time it is. It's grilled cheese time. Uh-oh, Firefox is out of bread. And Kelsey, we were, but I'm not in the mood for a roast beef chat tonight, so we're going to the diner story. No, Joe, zombies aren't real. It's Saturday for you, Kelsey? Where do you live? Or do you mean because it's after midnight? Oh, you mean because it's after midnight. I thought you meant like a whole nother day ahead. I was like, are you in Australia? Good night, April. Love you. Sweet dreams. Yeah. Okay, I get it now. Sorry. At first I was like, what? Whoa. Oh yeah, and spooky cabins. I'm always like, spooky cabins, do you live in the ocean? Because it's 2 a.m. for spooky cabins and I always get confused, but you're in Canada. And then I'm like, oh yeah. Oh, the land from down under. Oh, you're in Virginia? I love Virginia. My brother used to live in Virginia. I grew up in North Carolina. Yeah, I always think spooky cabin lives in the ocean. Because one day he was like, it's 2 a.m. for me. I'm like, wait, how? Because I didn't think about it. That's a very United States of American type of mentality to have for a second. I forgot that there's other stuff up there past where our country ends. And I was like, oh my God, oh yeah, you're in that part of Canada. Wait, what, Yaya? You went to dinner in New Hampshire? Alert, everybody, did you hear that? Yaya went to dinner in New Hampshire. Were there real people there? Yaya, tell us everything. Were there real people there? I'm a maple siren. Me too. Me too. I'm a maple siren too, spooky cabins. Yeah, and she came back. She went to New Hampshire. She came back alive. And Yaya, did you meet were there humans? Jade said, Yaya's a bot. Were there real people? They were a little odd. See? Wait, Lisa, you live in New Hampshire? Wait, Lisa, do you really live in New Hampshire? Hold on. Do you live in New Hampshire? You're from New Hampshire? Because we have almost 500 people in here every night, and no one has ever been from New Hampshire, and no one really knows anybody from New Hampshire, except for Lovely. And now Yaya. Oh my God, you guys, Lisa lives in New Hampshire. You guys, we got one. We got a live one. We got a New Hampshirean. I don't even think that's how they say it. What do you call yourselves? New Hampshireites? New Hampshire. Yeah, that's the only one I can think of. Oh my God. Hi. Hi, what's New Hampshire like? What's it like? I've been to Wyoming, Marina. I lived in Colorado. Wyoming's beautiful. And we know people from Wyoming. Like, I feel like New Hampshire is one of those states like nobody talks about. And nobody in the live has ever known anybody from there except for Lovely. Oh, Pisco chimed in. I think this is the first comment you've ever made. Hi, you know people from New Hampshire? Awesome. Are they real people? I knew 2 people from New Hampshire. Okay, we got Misty. New Hampshireans. Maybe. I feel like New Hampshireites rolls off better. Exactly, Deborah. Nobody has. Thank you, ya boy Willie. Welcome in, Willie. Welcome to the porch. Welcome. The White Mountains are beautiful. I didn't even know they had mountains. Wait. Do the Appalachian Mountains go through New Hampshire? Your old neighbor lives in New Hampshire. But see how like everybody's like, it's like a distant like thing. Like no one's relatives live there. Everybody's like, I've heard of somebody. I kind of know someone. Like, are they real people? Lisa's a real person, right? Are you real, Lisa? I'm just kidding. I just think it's funny that it must be a really great state that no one moves away from. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you never really meet somebody that's like, oh, I grew up in New Hampshire. I feel like they must stay. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Kelsey. It kind of is. And I'm like, it's nice here. I'm on the coast side. Ooh. Yeah, I would love to visit New Hampshire. I feel like because they probably don't have a lot of tourists, right? So it'd probably be really nice and relaxing. Hi, Melissa. Yeah, Andrew, that would be really annoying, I bet. And I know everybody does that. People, for some reason, like, only kind of associate things to, like, the first thing they ever, like, knew about that thing. Quite often. But it's also like, maybe don't name the city the same thing as the fucking state. Just an idea. You know what I mean? Like, maybe don't name it the same fucking name as, like, there's not an Ohio. So that's kind of dumb. Like, maybe they just should have stayed New Amsterdam in the state of New York. And that maybe would have prevented that. But, you know, who am I to name states? Hi, Jose. Right now I'm just blabbing, but I tell spooky bedtime stories to help you relax. Welcome in. My name's Devin. Happy Friday. What about Paris, Texas? It's not Texas. It's not even a comparable comparison, CJ. What about it? What about Milan, Michigan? Like, people here call it Milan, and it makes me want to barf. But hey, it's cool. And no, Kelsey, I have no 4th of July plans. I literally never do. My 4th of July is always really disappointing, to be honest. So no, I actually don't have any 4th of July plans. Do you? I hope you guys do. All my friends live in other parts of the country, so yeah. So I don't have any plans for 4th. Good job, yeah. Exactly, Jade. We hang out on the 4th. Literally, Jade and I hung out last 4th of July as well. Your niece is turning 1 next weekend. Aww, so cute. Jade, you're so cute. Your daughter was born on the 4th. Her name's July. That's so cute. That's a cute name too, Deborah. Same, Sherry. That's why I was like, Jade and I just hung out last year too. But I do really love fireworks, so I'm gonna try to like drive somewhere where I can like see them. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like the vicinity where I can sit in my car and pathetically watch them for a few minutes and go, wow, pretty, and then go home. That's probably what I'll do. My favorite are the fireworks that look like willow trees. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Because yes, I'm a nerd and I love trees, but they have this firework that looks like willow tree. It's usually only gold. I don't know why it's always gold, but it like explodes and then it trickles down. It drips down like a little willow tree. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about? Those are my favorite fireworks. I love them so much. And they weren't always around. Those were like introduced probably, right? Like 10 years ago, like, because they didn't have those when I was a kid. And I remember like in my 20s, probably seeing those for the first time. And I was like, and I still feel that way when I see those. I just love those. They're just so, because they last and they trickle down and they last for a while and they're just so magical looking. It looks like a sparkly tree in the sky. It looks like a fairy tree. I don't know. I'm such a whimsical bitch. So I love those. Those are my favorite. I love them. And I know now they have like fancy shaped ones that are hearts and flowers. I don't care. I still love the willow trees. I love them. And they're only gold, which is like probably pretty boring to people, but I just really like them. Yes, and I love the finale when they shoot off a bazillion of them. It's so fun and exciting. I love fireworks. And I know dog people don't, but I have cats and they don't give a fuck. Merlin watched them with me last year. Submitted for the approval of the Porch Pal Society. This is the tale of the night shift at Sycamore Diner. Good night, AJ. Sweet dreams. Sweet dreams. I'm not usually the kind of person who pulls over on back roads. Not unless I absolutely have to. But that night, something about the storm, the long drive, and that growling pit in my stomach convinced me otherwise. I was hungry. It was late October, and I was headed back to campus after a weekend visit with my friends in North Carolina. I had a midterm on Monday, and my plan had been to drive straight through. 5 hours, no stops. But then came the rain. One of those cold, slanted, whispery rains that creeps into your bones and makes the windshield wipers sound like a heartbeat. I had taken the wrong exit trying to bypass traffic, and I ended up on a 2-lane back road, surrounded by nothing but pine trees and power lines. And that's when I saw the neon sign. SYCAMRE Diner. The O in Sycamore was flickering like it hadn't worked right in years, but the rest was lit up in a cherry red neon, a tiny beacon in the middle of nowhere. I figured I'd grab a quick bite, maybe some coffee, check my map, and get back on the highway. But I should have just kept driving. I should have known something was off the second I stepped inside. The bell over the door jingled, but not like a normal bell. It made this sharp metallic ping that echoed longer than it should have. The air inside was warm, almost too warm, and it smelled like grilled onions and pancake syrup. The place looked like it had been yanked straight from 1957. Checkerboard floor, red vinyl booths, a long counter with spinning stools, even a jukebox in the corner that looked like it hadn't worked in decades. Hi, Rachel. And the people, they all stopped and looked at me the second I walked in. Not in a rude way, just quiet, like they weren't expecting me. Like I had walked into the middle of a sentence that no one wanted to finish. A waitress, tall, with a beehive hairdo and a light blue uniform, smiled and waved me over. "You get caught in the rain, sweetheart," she said, handing me a laminated menu. I nodded, still trying to shake off that weird feeling. Yeah, the highway's a mess. She chuckled and patted my shoulder. "Well, you're safe here. Sycamore's always open for travelers." I sat down at a corner booth and the vinyl creaked. And I remember the jukebox shifted songs by itself and started playing some slow doo-wop ballad that I didn't recognize. I looked around and everyone looked normal. Sort of. There was a trucker with a thick gray beard drinking coffee at the counter. A young couple whispering to each other in a booth by the jukebox. And an older woman stirring tea like she was lost in thought. But they all had the same look in their eye, like they were there but also somewhere else. Like they were watching me out of the corner of their eyes even when they were looking down. The waitress came back with coffee, strong, hot, and surprisingly good. And I ordered a grilled cheese with fries. Simple, safe. She wrote it down with one of those clicky pens and said, "Don't worry, it's on the house tonight." And that was my second red flag. No diner just gives food away. While I waited, I took up my phone to check the map. No signal, and I mean nothing. No bars, no Wi-Fi, not even GPS. Just a blank screen with a spinning wheel. I glanced out the foggy window. The storm was still going, but now the wind had picked up. I could see the power lines swaying like jump ropes in the dark. But the diner stayed perfectly lit. Not even a flicker. The food came fast. Too fast, like under 5 minutes. But it looked amazing. Golden bread, gooey cheese, crispy fries with a little metal cup of ketchup on the side. I took a bite. Delicious. I mean, I've eaten at a lot of diners, greasy spoons, college joints, and roadside shacks. But this was hands down the best grilled cheese I've ever had. The fries were perfect and the coffee never ran out. Every time I took a sip, it was somehow full again. I was halfway through the sandwich when the trucker got up to leave. He walked right past the table, nodded once and whispered, "Don't stay past midnight." That's all he said. What? But he was already out the door. The waitress gave me a tight smile and walked over, collecting his empty mug. Old Earl, he's always saying weird stuff. Just ignore him. But I couldn't. Something about his voice stuck with me. Spooky Kevin, that's so funny. Something about the way he looked at me. Not like I was a customer, but like I was in danger. I checked the clock over the register. 11:42. I figured I had just enough time to finish my fries, grab the check, and head out. I still had at least 3 hours left on the road. But when I stood up, the lights flickered, just once and then again. And then everything in the diner stopped moving. The couple by the jukebox froze mid-sentence. The woman with the tea stopped stirring, her spoon hanging in mid-air. The waitress, her hand reached out for a mug, just stopped. Like someone had paused on the entire scene. I took a step back. The jukebox buzzed, glitched, and restarted a new track. I could still move, but no one else could. And then I heard it. Not music, not a storm. It was a voice. Thank you, Steven. It was a voice. Not coming from anyone I could see. Thank you, Ange. Thank you, April. It was just a whisper that seemed to echo from the walls themselves. I backed toward the door, my heart hammering in my chest. I turned the knob. Locked. Of course it was locked. I tried the windows, but they were sealed shut. I started banging on the glass and shouting, but no one was outside. Just wind and rain and that flickering red sign. That's why CAMRE. I turned back toward the dining room and everyone was gone. Not frozen anymore, just gone. The booths were empty. No plates, no crumbs, no mugs. No sign that anyone had ever even been there. Except for my plate. Still warm and still half-eaten. And then I saw the waitress. She was standing by the kitchen doors, her silhouette backlit by flickering fluorescent light. Her face was wrong. The same smile, but her eyes were empty, black and endless, like someone had painted over them. "You shouldn't be here, honey," she said in that same cheerful voice. "Not yet." I stumbled back, knocking over a chair as she took one slow step toward me. The others? They were waiting, but you just wandered in. She raised a hand and the walls began to shimmer. Literally shimmer. Like heat waves on asphalt. The checkered floor rippled, and the red booths started to fade, becoming outlines and then shadows and then nothing. And then I saw it, underneath the illusion. It was charred wood, cracked tile, broken beams, and black soot. Like the diner had burned down long ago. I ran. I don't even remember how I got out. 1 second I was inside, and the next I was on the side of the road, soaked to the bone and gasping for air. My car was still there, parked on gravel that didn't even look like a lot anymore. Just weeds and puddles. No neon sign, no glowing windows, just nothing. I drove back to campus that night in silence. No music, no Porch Lore podcast. I kept glancing in the rearview mirror, half expecting to see that red neon flicker back to life. I didn't tell anyone. Not for weeks. Not until I finally looked up Sycamore Diner on a local history site. And I found it. Burned to the ground in 1972. A gas leak. The whole place went up at midnight. And everyone inside was killed. 5 patrons, a waitress, and a cook. The photo in the article? The same checkerboard floor, the same red booths, the same neon sign. SYCAMORE. And in the corner of the photo, that same waitress, smiling. I never took that back road again. I don't even drive at night anymore if I can help it. And every time I see a neon diner sign, something in me flinches just a little. because I know I was there. And I know I wasn't supposed to be. But the part that keeps me up sometimes, the part that really makes my stomach turn, that was the best damn grilled cheese I've ever had. And I didn't even pay for it. And that's the tale of the night shift at Sycamore Diner. And with that, I will say good night, Porch Pals. I love you guys so much. Thanks for spending your Friday evening with me. And I will see you guys again tomorrow. Same time, same place. 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you'd like to hang out with us tomorrow during the day, don't forget to come hang out at Kim's Live. Right here, I just pinned her. We do Paranormal Watch Party, and it's so much fun on Saturdays. Come join us. Good night, everybody. I love you so much. Good night, Sully. Good night, Cloud Dancing. Good night, Michaela. Good night, everybody. I love you so much. Sweet dreams. And if you aren't able to fall asleep, you can head on over to my YT channel, and you can listen to my Bedtime Stories playlist. And you'll probably be out by like the second story. I will tell Merlin you said hi. And if you did enjoy it, don't forget to follow before the live's over so you can find us again on the porch tomorrow. What do you mean? Who did I say goodnight to? Sully, Cloud Dancing. Good night, Michelle. Good night, Andrew. Good night, Tom and Terry. Good night, Archangelo. Good night, Lady Rose. Good night, Justin. Good night, Spooky Cabins. Good night, Deborah. Good night, Scarlett. Good night, James. Good night, CJ. Good night, Maddie. Good night, Faye. Yeah, Dr. Quinn, duh. Good night, Kim. Love you. Good night, Mackenzie. Mackenzie, I love you. I'm thinking about you. I'm sending you all my love. Jade and all her names, right? Yeah. Good night, Lana. Cloud Dancing, Justin. It's only the best character pretty much on Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman. His name is Cloud Dancing. He's an indigenous, lovely man. And they decided to write a really weird romance with him and fucking, what's her name, which is super weird, but we'll just pretend that didn't happen, right, Jade? We'll just pretend that didn't happen. We love you, Mackenzie. Public apology for what, Jade? Oh, for not knowing who Cloud Dancing is. That was so weird, wasn't it? Dorothy and Cloud Dancing, like, give me a break. Give me a break. That was the weirdest. Why did they put Dorothy with every single person on the show? She was like the only other woman. They're like, let's just make him date Dorothy. Anyway, good night, you guys. Get some great rest. Have a great Saturday day, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow night. And don't forget, stay spooky.